All right, all right. Hello. You have tuned into Put a Pin in It Conversations with Elisa, and I am Elisa. How y'all doing? All right, we got a great show for you on tonight. I want to come live first. Pen pals, it is so good to have you in the house. We have a guest tonight that will be coming on, Christian Brown. If you haven't um heard of him, you are in for a treat because he has been making waves and a name for himself. And I am so glad that he decided to stop by, put a pin in it, conversations with Elisa. We're going to have a good time. But before we get into that, you know how we do. We got to talk about what happened over the weekend and all those things. So, y'all know that I am a sports fanatic. And first, I want to say, how about them Cowboys? The Cowboys got spanked over the weekend, and also Aaron Rodgers got spanked over the weekend. I don't understand. I like Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron Rodgers. He's like the grandfather of football right now. But he messed up my prize picks, y'all. He messed up my prize picks, and I'm just so upset. If you don't know what prize picks is, let me go ahead and put that up. I play prize picks over the weekend. Go ahead and screenshot that. So if you're not a part of the prize picks community, if you want to gamble with me, I need you to hit that screenshot and we will make money together. You hear what I said? Together. I didn't make as much money as I wanted to, but y'all, I have been making some money off of prize picks, especially with NFL because it's easier to do. Now, these little bald headed, I don't even want to talk about the WNBA. I have been following you guys. I love y'all so much. We are so glad that y'all are getting 1.4 million views and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to these prize picks, y'all getting on my nerves. Y'all was playing so hard during the regular season. Now, I don't know who you are. I'm scared to pick you. I'm scared to even do anything with the deal. Whereas I was winning a lot of money. Now I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, tomorrow is game 3 of the Lynx and New York Liberty. It has been a great series. So great that ain't nobody scoring up points, and it's getting on my nerves. Y'all getting on my nerves. I can't stand it. What else I wanted to talk about before he came on here? Oh, Diddy. He's still trying to get out. They still saying no. His trial is his first hearing or whatever is set for Cinco de Mayo. They are. I find this to be very humorous. Cause don't we party on Cinco de Mayo? Why is they doing this? Of all the dates that you could give, why would you say May the 5th? Why would you pick Cinco de Mayo for a first hearing for Diddy? I just think they got a sense of humor. That is hilarious to me. I don't understand. But he's still in prison. Well, he ain't in prison. He's in jail. He's been held until it's time for him to. They say the place that he's at is like very the conditions are really really bad, and they said the what is what is most concerning for him is the food. So I guess he's okay with the sleeping arrangements and stuff like that. But the food he just can't take and he wants to get out. So they got a new judge. He looks like a foreigner. He looks like very timid. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, what else I got on here? Okay, so I want to talk about this too. Over the weekend, I had a really bad. I need to share this. Can y'all see it? Over the weekend, I had a really bad headache. It started Friday night after I left. I went to the live recording of Christian Brown, and it was so amazing. We're gonna talk about it tonight. And I didn't eat all day, so it was a hunger headache on top of me doing my dissertation and stuff like that. I'm at the end of the wire with that. It takes a lot of your time, and so my brain is just on. And I know when I came home, I popped about 4 Tylenol. That's a lot. It didn't work. I was crying. I said, okay, I'm just gonna try to let it subside. So it was like a big old ball right here. So I kept going like this. I was like, Lord, it's just gotta come out. What's happening? So I went to Walgreens and I was like, well, I've always had Excedrin, but when I saw Excedrin tension headache, I said, let me try this. And y'all, this stuff right here is amazeballs. I just want you to know this. If you got a headache and you need it gone, my headache was gone in 10 minutes. I felt like a new person. You make all things new. Yes, you. This make. I was when that headache went away, I was like, here I am again, Lord. Because at first, baby, I thought I was going to see Jesus. That headache was putting me through. So if you've never used Excedrin, I'm not saying pop it just to pop it. Now we ain't doing that. But if you got a real bad headache and it's just not going away, this right here, I remember the commercial back in the day. Y'all remember? I had a headache. I took Excedrin and it's gone. That headache is still today. They need to play that. They need to run that commercial back. Oh, I was gonna put Glorilla on here. I have been listening to Glorilla's album, Glorious. I think it's Glorious. Let me make sure I quote it right. Let me see. It is what's the name of that album? I think it's Glorious. Yes, Glorious. I have been listening to this album since yesterday. Um, I like rap. And I do like female rap when it's like that really like hard. When Carter B just came out, like dum, 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 I done heard it down on me, and I don't even know what they be saying. I just like the beat. But Glorilla, oh hey Pop, how are you? But Glorilla, honey, she's saying some stuff in these lyrics. I don't like how y'all made me feel like she featured Kurt Franklin, Maverick City, and Kiara Shield on different songs. They all gathered on one song. But the song is cute. I like that song, but the rap is amazing. I just want you to know that. She has Glow's prayer. I almost started crying. I want y'all listen to the lyrics. Y'all think I'm playing. Let me where the lyrics at. The lyrics is I'm waiting on he should be here in like 7 minutes. So y'all bear with me. The lyrics is I don't want to play it. I want y'all to hear it. Or the lyrics are look at me, it's not sounding right. So she says, let me pause it. Dear God, it's me again. I want to come on and say, first of all, thank you for all your blessings and your love and your favor you shown upon me. Listen to that. But Father, speaking of favors, and I need another favor from you. And I know I've come to you many times about this. And I don't even like holding up the prayer line about things like this. But I know, but I need your help and your guidance on how to leave this man alone. Oh Lord, I'm tired of coming to you for the same thing. I'm tired of all these angels playing the same game. I'm so tired. Is it me, Lord? What do I need to change, man? She say, man, this say man. Or is it my taste in men that I need to blame? Now I'm in my car speeding down the E-way crying, praying to the Lord to get this nigga off my mind. God, please. Do y'all hear? And she rapping this thing. This ain't my situation, but I can feel the pain of her saying this. She said, I should have learned my lesson from the first time. Man, I wish I would have listened to my first mind. I'm so in love, but deep inside, I want to get overdue. Because good and bad go 50-50. What I'm supposed to do. Y'all, stop playing. Where y'all at? Y'all ain't saying nothing. Is that not this ain't it. It get deeper. She said, I get to thinking if it was me, what would that nigga do? That S he did wasn't no mistake. That's what he chose to do. It hurt to stick around, but letting go seemed even harder. Try not to overthink it. Got me thinking even harder. Y'all not hearing the word today. Do y'all hear that prayer? Okay, it's almost over. Got me feeling like a dummy when I know I'm smarter. The only man that showed me love correctly was my father. Now y'all know I died. What's up, bro? Listen, I loved having you and your wife on. It was great. Did you hear what she said? After she said that, I wanted to pull over the car and just cry. She said, got me feeling like a dummy when I know I'm smarter. The only man that showed me love correctly was my father. Constantly in this situation over and over again. Promise if you get me out this time, I never do it again. Love is beautiful thing if it's done right, but it should never make you feel like that you've been dumb, right? This is moment to be serious. I ain't even playing. Hit my knees and ask the Lord to help me lead this man. I'm too damaged. Love you so much might embarrass you. So now I'm falling out of love. Feel like I need a parachute. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. I want to speak in tongues. God is great. Yeah, God is good. Lord, I thank you. But can you come back and get him? Because that ain't even part of the plan. I don't know what it ain't ran. Do whatever in my will to leave him alone, but I can't. Try to stay cool, but the smallest S he will make me blank, right? I'm so gone. I'm so gone. I'm talking far away, but I'll be back. I'm praying to God so he can make a way. I get that route. I'm doing a dash. It's deeper than a race because love's scary. I'll pass and I ain't trying to stay. Might throw in the white flag, might just hit my knees. Father God, pull me up. I'm in too deep. This man, he got me gone. Cause this something I ain't never had. I'm too damaged to be in love. Okay, but okay, I think I stopped after the father part. After that, I was in the clouds. What's up, 14 carats? All right, those words every woman and man will embrace. Yes, it is a great song. I'm telling you right now, that song is great. I can't even begin to tell you. I can't even um I'm sorry. I can't even begin to tell you how I was like, this is great. Oh, thank you, Benjamin. You my favorite too. All right, so we talked about sports. We talked about prize picks. I'm telling y'all, I gamble a little bit. I make more than I lose, and whatever. But I think a lot of our gospel artists, well, gospel people would. I listen to rap anyway, whether she would have had Kurt Franklin on there or not. So I like Glorilla. I like it's 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees. I ain't got no ain't no new ain't got me. I like her voice. I'm telling you, she and her name is Gloria Hallelujah. She grew up in the church. So I think sometimes I think her having Kurt Franklin on or whatever like that, I think that was cute. It sounds like that song was very safe and it just sounded like a song that you would hear at the end of like a Tyler Perry play or something like that. It's nothing that I would listen to, but it's not a bad song. It's not. It's cute. It's really cute. It's like very demure, very cutesy. So I just I don't. And my pops is on here, y'all. He do a lot with the gospel industry, and I thank him for all the. I just want to give him his flowers while he up here while we waiting on Christian to come on. I just really thank Mr. Arvetra for just even being like, come on, you come on. I'll make sure you get to know this person, you get to know that person, and all these things like that. He's very connected, and I thank God that people are just nice. Another person that is just nice is Lucinda Moore. When I was at the Stella Wars, them people was trying to give me a hard time after the show was over. Them security people, boy, I tell you the truth. They trying to get me. I didn't even give y'all a real update on what I had a great time at the Stellar Wars, by the way. I did. I went to a lot of events. Me and Bree just bounced around and stuff like that. And the night of the Stellar Wars, it was really good. Of course, I was dressed to the nines. And I was about to leave, and Lucinda was like, Lisa, come down here. And the security people was like, you can't go down there. The show is over. I don't know. This is what I don't understand. I don't understand why. I get that there should be some safety precautions when it comes to certain events. But even when you go like to the BET Awards and stuff like that, I heard they're not as strict as they are with gospel events. Like these people at like I'm gonna say we should. I reverence people. I'm not gonna just bum rush you. Of course, I'm not. Because I'm not really, that type person. But I don't think it should be so closed off that you're not approachable. So I went down there, and that picture that you see Lucinda taking a picture with Ricky Smiley, I was standing right behind her. But then I looked around and I was like, because oh, y'all, I'm on my daughter's computer. And why? Why is her friends call? But anyway, so I just and this is segue into who I have for tonight, and that is Mr. Christian Brown. Let me tell y'all how I met this man before I bring him on. This gonna make him laugh. So I was perusing the the internet as I always do, and I came across. Hold on. Oh, I can't even find it. I came across a video. I hope I can find it. I came across a video and it was Christian playing. I don't call him Christian though. I think Reed, we call him CJ. I think that's what we call him. Trouble sharing your video. This can happen. Okay, I can't share the video. But I was watching a video. He had on his red and white shirt, and he was saying, I may not get the numbers right, but he was going 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, and I found myself watching that video so much that I could say the numbers with him. So y'all, I'm gonna bring on with me tonight, Mr. Christian Brown. Y'all give him a hand.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good. I'm good. Still recovering from last week.
Listen, first of all, let me give you your prompts because you already know I don't like slow music. But the words to the songs that you wrote those songs,
Most of them, yes, ma'am.
the words to all of those songs, they minister to me. And that is a big deal when it comes to worship music because I'm not like a Lord, here I am, take my heart, squish it and put the your words wasn't like that. It was like a fill my cup type thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. So thank you for coming on. Put a pin in it.
No
We
problem at all. Yes, ma'am.
else thank you. And we get to know the person that's on. So my first question is give us your name and where you are originally from.
So my name is Christian Brown. Everybody calls me CJ. I'm born and raised right here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm the only one out the clan that was born here. Out of everybody else in my family, everybody else was born in Niagara Falls, Buffalo. So
Oh wow.
that was born here. So I guess I had to claim it for now. But
So how many brothers and sisters you have?
so I have two sisters and one brother,
Okay.
and I'm the baby out of everybody.
You the baby.
Yes, ma'am.
I can tell because listen, at Christian's recording, his whole front row was full of his family. Everybody loves Christian Brown. You know the show that say everybody hates Chris, not this Chris. Everybody loves Christian. You had Lillian Lloyd in your audience.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you know her?
That's like Auntie. I've known her roughly going on about 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she came to Dominion for I think it was church anniversary at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I met her there, and then ever since then we just kind of clicked and we kind of been stuck.
That's good.
Yes, ma'am.
So I got a question. Did you have you always been in the music industry or you just well how did you start? How did you get your start in playing the keyboard? Because you play drums too. So how did you get your start?
Yes, ma'am. Drums was my first instrument. Keys was just something I kind of got forced into at the time.
Mm.
Attending my uncle's church, which is my mom's brother. Started off as the drummer there. We went through maybe like a year or two with no keyboard player, so we would use instrumentals. So I got bored a little bit. I'm like, well, let me buy a little keyboard. Then they saw me with the keyboard. They said, "Oh yeah, well Chris, we need you to do this." So I kind of got forced into it, and I can say within the last year, I can say I found that love in actually playing keys. But drums is my very first instrument. Started in church, honestly, within like the last, I say 2 to 3 years. It's been weird because I don't like, to truly know me is to know that I would rather not play keys.
Mhm.
I would rather do something in the background. I'll mix, I'll master, I'll edit, I'll do anything. But playing keys, I don't know. It's just now growing on me.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
You seem like you really, so what comes over you? Because it seems like you get into something. Is it that you're hearing what you want to put out, or is it something that you rehearse what you do, or is it just the feeling that comes on you and then you just give it to because you're the MD, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us how that goes.
It's hard to explain. I did a video. I did a video maybe like a month ago on Facebook, and I was trying to explain it. It's so hard to explain, but it's like for me, it's an in the moment kind of thing.
Mhm.
Because what I hear in my head is totally different from what actually comes out. So I have
Mhm.
to find a way to compress what's going through my head in that moment to try and get it to make sense for the other 5 or 4 people that may be behind me also playing.
Okay.
But when I hear, it's more so like in colors, I guess you could say. Like I'm hearing instruments that's not there. I'm hearing synth leads, pads, strings, all this other stuff. Like it's literally like it's so weird. I wish I
Wow.
could truly explain it, but I have to compress it in that moment. So it's more so like a spur of the moment thing.
You really have a gift. That
Thank
is that is amazing.
you. Yes, ma'am.
So how do you get the people that play with you? Because you play the organ?
I do. I hate it, but
You hate the organ?
I hate it. For me, it's for
I hate the
me.
keyboard, but I like the way you play the keyboard. But I hate the keyboard.
Thank you.
So you
I hate
don't
organ.
like the organ?
Just I hate it just off of the strength of my like Jaden. That's one of my close friends.
Uh-huh.
Jaden is a monster, and I'm a year older than Jaden. But for me, I'm like, there's no point because it's if Jaden's here, there's no need for me to remotely or my other brother Emery, the guy who played for the recording
I
Friday. If
see what you
any of
mean.
them two are there, it's no point. I'm cool where I'm at. I stick to my lane.
Mhm.
So other than that, I can play organ. I just choose not to. It's really no point.
What's your favorite instrument to play with? You like play with the bass or the drum or the I know that it's got to be the drums because I used to be a drummer too.
Drums. Yes, ma'am.
So if you could just have a drum and yourself, you'll be fine.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
So get into your writing ability. When did you start getting into that?
I can say honestly, if I recall, as soon as about like 5th grade
Mm.
is where it kind of, because I was a big like Ty Tribbett fan, and I
Mm.
still am. But like I can say Ty Tribbett is one of my biggest inspirations as far as it comes to writing because all of his music to me was more so like a conversation, but it was the way that he put the things together. Like some of his lyrics would run like directly into each other, but it makes sense. It fits. So I would try and experiment as if I'm on somebody's tour or something. Like I would literally be
Mhm.
having full church services in my room by myself. So I say as soon as like 5th grade is where it started, but where it started to actually make sense, I'll say around like 9th grade for me is where I was able to kind of like sit and actually not just write, but actually write things that make sense. And I say around 9th grade is where life got super real for me.
Mhm.
So I was able to write from a different place, or I was able to kind of interpret music and lyrics from a different place.
Mm. So you said life got different. So would you like to expound on that or no?
Absolutely. Around 9th grade, I can honestly say that's where it was the shift from middle school to high school, of course. But outside of that, that's where, for me, calls started coming in to start playing. And I had to make a decision. I'm like, do I really want to do this? Like, because at that time, like I said, I literally hated keys. Like, I would literally pray for people to call me to play drums again.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wanted me to play keys. So for me, life just got real hard around high school, because the more calls I got was the more I kind of really was like ready to get out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, like it got so bad, I got a call to do a live recording my 9th grade year. I skipped school for a week straight. My mom didn't know it. So I was getting up in the morning. It's like, oh, all right, Mom, see you later. I catch the bus to school. But the moment I get off that bus,
Oh my
the
God.
church wasn't far. I would walk to the church praying. I'm like, all right, if I start walking out, my mama might not pull out the neighborhood and see me. But I just had a lot of decisions to make by 9th grade. And I had to make a lot of decisions early. Like I didn't get to live the normal life that most of my friends, like going to parties.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it was always church revival, whatever. But for me, I got forced to mature early, because I was always put in leadership roles by default, whether it was ministry, whether it was music, whether it was something of the sort. But 9th grade is where I had to make a lot of tough decisions. Like I wanted to go parties, I wanted to go to homecoming dances and all that stuff. But ain't no homecoming when it's convocation. So I had to make a lot of tough decisions, like to kind of miss out on a lot of things and mature early around that time.
Do you ever feel like you missed out, or you was like, oh, that's the moment has passed?
That moment has came and gone, because I would try to do little stuff and I never could get away with certain stuff that other people. So I realized that wasn't for me quickly. So certain stuff just wasn't for me.
So you play for churches. So do you rather play for storefront churches, small churches? I ain't gonna say storefront. Small churches or big churches?
I'm gonna be honest.
I'm
gonna say storefront, because with storefront, well, no, let me say it depends. Now, my choice is storefront because they had the best church.
Because you like to dance.
Yeah, like that's the best church. I like hot church sometimes. Hot church be the best church. So but then again, I'm not mad at mega church sometimes, as it comes to not every church, but most mega churches are more organized as it comes to timing, presentation, production. So like even my recording, I try to do a mixture of like storefront where it's free flow, free atmosphere, but as far as the production, the lighting, and all that other stuff, I was able to combine the two. Yes, ma'am.
That was excellent.
Thank you.
So have you had a problem with people giving you your money, or do you charge? I
do. If it was up to me, honestly, if I be completely honest, this is something that like a lot of my folks had to get on me about. I'm a giver, so like sewing for me ain't just money, it's time. Like I would literally play for a revival, and then they'll be like, all right, we got y'all money or whatever. I'd be like, hey, don't even worry about it, y'all keep it. But also, here I am in my trunk, I got 2 keyboards, drums, Jaden's car is a Leslie, and a organ in the backseat, like a digital organ. So like, I think for me, what made me slow down on that was once I realized how people can kind of take advantage of it when they see that you're willing to go the extra mile. So for me, I had to quickly snap out of that. So my price is my price. And sometimes depending on, who, what, when, where, why, I might bend the rules. But other than that, and then I also had to start thinking, because also some people will take advantage of, well, he did it for me for this. And then when it's time for you to charge accordingly, next person, they won't honor what you have to bring, or even who you with you because of, So I have to, it just depends on, who, what, when, where, why, the workload, all that other stuff. And now, like, I'm juggling a lot of different things. Like I'm rarely ever home. So like now my schedule literally depends on if I'm free, and I don't even if I'm free. Sometimes I have to consider like, you know what, I kind of want to just lay in the house this week.
Right.
And I'll go up until recently. Now, like the older I get, the more I'm starting to see like I need to kind of pace myself when it comes to certain stuff.
Right.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
you. So how old are you now?
I'm 23.
23. I just saw the flyer. That's right.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
just turned 23. Oh, you still young.
Yeah.
But Lord, so when did you figure out that, hey, I'm Christian Brown? Do you even think that? Do you can you like walk? I know in Atlanta, you walk in Atlanta, people like, oh, that's Christian Brown. Can I get a picture with Christian Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
So when did that happen for you?
For me, I still don't see myself doing it. For me, I'm just a normal person who.
Listen, I know because I don't see myself as that either. I was sitting in one of your things, somebody inboxed me and said, I see you. And I'm like,
yes, man. Yeah, like I see myself as just a normal person. But when I realized, I think to kind of, for me, I'll say it this way. When I realized like that my social media had kind of like took off or started taking off, or I had like a level, or I gained a level of influence was, I want to say that was like 2 years ago when the Stellars was here. We were at, I think it was Choir Fest. They did it at Covenant Church. I had got there late, but mid-concert, and I didn't want to see. It was hot in the church, and I say hot, extremely hot. So the air was only blowing at the bottom. So they had I want to say they had the vents on the floor. So I'm standing at the bottom. I'm leaning against the wall, and then Kirk Franklin and Ty Tribbett both like walked over mid-concert in the middle of somebody singing, and was like, "Yo, Young Buck, da 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 da," and I'm like, "Wait, y'all know?" So then that's what also. I didn't, go crazy or get no big head, but it also helped me to kind of realize like more people watching than you think.
Right.
So you have to be careful what you do, how you do, who you around, platforms you go on, because even if they ain't commenting, they not following, they not whatever, somebody is always watching.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Christian, you've been raised right. Shout out to your mama. You have been raised everything. I'm at all from a 23-year-old talking like you're talking, because this is rare. I just want you to know you are a rare gem.
Thank you.
And I have, because at first I was being shaky about the gospel going on. We wasn't in good hands, but if we got people like you still around, we gonna be all right.
Yes, ma'am.
I really believe that. And J Todd, you call him J Todd, I call him BJ.
Yes, ma'am.
That is my boy. And I said, BJ, you got on them people's stage quickening and speaking in tongues.
Pour that place out. Literally.
That's my boy. I love him. But I'm just glad that 23 loved the Lord, sold out, but learning also, I got to take time for myself. I hope y'all are listening to this, because he's 23 and learning that. I didn't learn, I think, because Reed is my baby daddy.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what we used to do in our younger years. It was crazy. We would go to Alabama, go to a convention, apostolic. So we weren't getting out no time soon.
That's the one.
Apostolic. Drive all the way back to North Carolina. We was in North Carolina then. I had to get up at 5 o'clock, go to PT formation for the Army. Didn't have no sleep, and just act like that was normal. And we would do that all the time. So it's just, so when I sat in your concert, the reason why I wanted to go, because I did want to experience your ministry. Well, I saw you at Genesis Church too, Apostle Warren Church, but I wanted to. That was your ministry and the songs that you wrote, and I was like, this boy really, he got to be filled with the Holy Ghost. So this is good.
Yes, man.
He got to be with a mighty burning fire. But I enjoyed it, and I am so glad that you are just, you're down to earth. He's tall as heck, y'all. He ain't short. He's tall. How tall are you?
I am 6'6".
Exactly.
Yes, man.
Because when you came to Reformation after, I don't know if you came to come to Reformation, but y'all, the Stellars was spilling over into Reformation that year. And I saw you. I said, good God, I didn't know he was that tall. You are really tall. But anyway, so you could have played sports, you could have did all of that, but you chose to play for the Lord.
Man. Yes, ma'am.
So, what would you tell people? What challenges have you been through since now that you have broke through? You're busy, busy, busy. Can you tell us, how do you keep yourself grounded? I know you're probably your family, but what are ways that you yourself keep yourself grounded?
For me, definitely my family. But also, even my band, like my brothers. I typically Emery is a fool from Zimbabwe, but like Emery can attest to it. So out of my band, we have a group chat. So like even outside of church convocations, recordings, all that stuff, we literally always make sure we fellowship at least once or twice a week. But it's a matter of I have brothers and friends around me that hold me accountable as well. And it's not a one-sided, like, okay, we just hold CJ accountable. Like, we all hold each other accountable because some weeks we're like, all right, tighten up. But that, and even I had to learn some hard lessons myself. I think one of the hardest things I had to learn was no matter what you do, you could be doing the right thing. You could be going about certain things the right way. And people are always going to have something negative to say because this time last year and the year before that, I was getting trolled by some dude that no him, never heard him. He made all these like long posts, and here comes, you got a couple people who, defending you like, oh, I know him. No, this is wrong. This ain't. But then you have people who you never met that have so many opinions on you, and a lot of them are false. It's like I don't even know you. Never had a conversation with you. And for me, those used to be the things that bothered me. But I had to realize, number one, it comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, outside of that, people are gonna have something to say whether you're doing the right thing, whether you're doing the wrong thing, whatever. But for me, I also have to take time, and I disconnect from social media often. Which is why I don't go live as much. Like I would go live probably every day before, but now I slow down on it a lot, and now I'm genuinely busy, so I don't even have time to read comments and all this other stuff. Like here I am now, getting ready to start post production on my album, but I'm also closing out 2 other projects in probably the next week or so. I have them done. That way I can solely focus on my project. But even with focusing on my project, it's gonna be an even bigger disconnect from social media. So I might drop like maybe 1 or 2 long service videos on YouTube or whatever, let that carry for the next 2 months and just kind of take some time. And I fast a lot, and it's more so not when I got an event coming up, but sometimes I do it just to kind of keep myself grounded, keep myself, disciplined, just because I know me. At a certain point, I get annoyed, and when I get annoyed, if you get me there on the right day, my nerves be real thin. So I'd be like, eh. But it's more so I think I definitely thank God for the people who He's placed around me, from my friends to my family, because I have people who can hold me accountable. Like if I know today and today, I'm like, hey, y'all pray for me because my nerves, my patience today, it ain't there.
Wow, that's good. Who are your influences? You know why I asked that?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I don't I hear authentic. I can't say that word. You're very authentic.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means I don't hear anybody. So who is your influence? Who do you esteem? I heard you say Ty Tribbett, but your music don't sound like Ty Tribbett. So who is your influence?
That's hard. Um, reason I say it's hard because there's so many different. Ty Tribbett being the top for me. After Ty Tribbett, I would definitely say Ty Tribbett, Dietrich Hatton.
I love Dietrich.
Let me see. Everything else ain't gospel. For me, I listen to a lot of underground music. So like I spend a lot of time on SoundCloud and I listen to those people who aren't really out as much. But when it comes to like mainstream gospel, as you know, we know it, Ty Tribbett, Dietrich Hatton, even Commission. Like I listen to a lot of like older 90s stuff. Commission, Men of Standard. And that's really it, honestly. If I can, and as far as like overall like production or like the way I kind of approach production, I can say J. Drew Sheard is probably one of my
I can see that.
One of my biggest like influences when it comes to how I approach production.
I can see that. He showed out at the reunion tour.
That's why I was like, I missed it last year when they came. I can't miss it this year.
Yeah, he showed out.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because I was saying you got your own style, and that's great. That means you're leaving your own sound.
Yes, ma'am.
So old artist, you would say who is your influence? Who's your favorite male vocalist?
That's tough. Jesus. For me, I'm still gonna say Ty Tribbett. And the reason because I think a lot of people like here's how hard of a diehard Ty Tribbett fan I am. I had Victory and Standout. I had those not only on CD, I had them on DVD. So I used to watch the behind the scenes, but I don't think a lot of people really give Ty Tribbett enough credit for being a singer, because like a lot of stuff he does is difficult to do. Like it's stuff play out, and
that's hard.
So I still have to stick with Ty Tribbett.
Okay. You have any female?
Kierra Sheard. And this may sound weird, but Shirley Caesar's also another one.
Now Shirley Caesar can go now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Kierra Sheard, Shirley Caesar.
So the quartet, you like the quartet sound too? No,
collectively.
You don't like Bree Holly?
Bree, that's my girl. But I haven't got a chance to get in the quartet yet because I get overwhelmed with quartet music. Like I get overwhelmed on a week-to-week basis. Like when I'm trying to play and it get good, at any given moment, I'm liable to lose it. So quartet music, I have to like listen.
You gotta take it in pieces.
Because if we drive long enough, I can't take it.
I get that. I used to sing quartet group. I get it. They can be a bit much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yay, I love Ty, my nephew, co-produced All Things New. Great choice. Yeah. So I just want to thank you for coming on. This is all when I do put a pin in it, I just want to get to know the person and where they're coming from. You are an inspiration.
Thank you.
At 23, and I know you got a lot to go, and I just want to thank you for coming on. The Pen Pals, we applaud you for your success. Y'all get his album when it come out. What's the name of the album?
This would be the Sound of Praise and Worship Volume 3.
Volume 3, Sound of Praise and Worship Volume 3. It is amazing. The guy, I don't know his name. He had on all black. And he sang with you at Genesis Church as well.
Cam.
He bad.
Cam.
He bad.
Cam.
And so what is another thing I want to say? Oh, do you listen to other music besides gospel or no?
I do.
Okay, because I was just up here just giving Glorilla her praises. I was like, he may not even think of
Oh no, I do. For me, I listen to a lot of R&B on the side, and like I said, I listen to a lot of underground artists. For me, SoundCloud is my number one when it goes to that. So I don't listen to a lot of mainstream R&B.
Gotcha.
I like underground because my thing is eventually, because I got some stuff that I've like recorded or wrote just to
Mhm.
kind of have in the archives, but eventually I probably am gonna, shop those songs, or when it's time for me to move into the role of, like A&R, I want to
Mhm.
start in artist development, but I'll be able to work in all genres without it sounding like R&B shouldn't sound like church. I mean, you can have some influences or some little tiny hints of church here and there because everything grabs from somewhere, but
Mhm.
you know,
Do
it,
you sing?
I'm scared of that.
Somebody said, "Please sing It Is Well." I know she ain't talking to me. I can sing, but I'm not. I'm not a singer. I'm a personal singer. Sing for myself. But anyway, Duchess, I'm gonna have somebody on. I got somebody on next week that can sing for you. But I was closing out and I came back. This time we closing out for real. Christian, thank you
Thank you for having me. Yes, ma'am.
for coming on. And like I said, I'm gonna put this up so people can know your background. I didn't know you was from Atlanta. What school you went to in Atlanta?
I started off at Stone Mountain Elementary, then I went to Pine Ridge. That is Stevenson High School, Stevenson Middle and Stevenson High School.
Okay. So you're not down here with these Fulton County kids I'm with.
Scared of that. The kids
Woo!
had enough.
I'm in APS. Them kids, boy, I tell you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thank you for coming on, and
Thank you.
we wish you, well, we know you're going to be successful because you put God first, and that is great.
Yes,
So I hope you have a good night. Tell your girlfriend we said hello. Tell your mama I said hello, and all your family. To have family support is great.
Absolutely.
So cherish that.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
And don't let nobody, if you need somebody to get on somebody's head about you, we don't play about you over here.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. You have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. You too.
All right. All right, y'all. So that was Christian Brown. Y'all need to go get his album that's coming out, Sound of Worship Volume 3. So there's 2 more out there that we need to go get and support. Okay. He is a great young man, 23 years old, and doing a work for the Lord. He's a good guy. Been around him once or twice, but I could tell that he had a great spirit. So I'm glad he was able to come on. Y'all, we still got some people out there that really love the Lord and is doing right by the gospel music. So we need to thank the Lord for that. All right. So I'm about to go, but before I go again, I want to tell y'all, gamble with me. If you can play prize picks in your area, I don't call it gambling, I call it stock market. Get in the stock market with me where we turn $20 into $850. We turn $20 into $1,100. That's what we be doing over here. You know what I'm saying? Last night it was not a good night because Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what happened to them, but let me tell y'all something. I be winning. And I'm gonna do a video. You said, how do you win? How do you win? Y'all think I'm lying? Let me pull up my mess. Let me show y'all something right quick before my computer die. I ain't lying, y'all. I want y'all to see this. This is how much money I done made since becoming a prize pick member. Me too. And I lost last night because of Mike Williams, and I lost last night. I won like $122 last night. Like but it was because the one of them didn't play. What was his name? The guy that didn't play. So I had a lot of rebooting and stuff like that. So the app again is Prize Picks. I have won $6,586 since I have started. And baby, let me tell you something. I don't play when it comes to prize picks. I know what I'm doing. I don't know why I know what I'm doing, but I think it's so that I can help the people. So I'm gonna come live one week and let y'all know what's going on. NFL is easy. I would need more time to keep up with sports. I've done dabble. So it's all about who they're playing. Somebody said, I'm about to try it, Lisa. You look just like your mother. Yes, I do. So it's who they're playing, and it's so Aaron Rodgers, let's say like tomorrow, the Lynx is playing they're playing the Liberty, right? I got a prize pick on them already. But you got to understand that it's the third game. Who wants it more? They're gonna be at home with the Lynx. So you gotta take all of that into consideration. I'm a sports fanatic. It's all sports, not just NFL. It's NFL, WNBA, NBA. When the NBA start, NBA. And most of the time, when the NFL come, I use most of the same people every time because you already know that Justin Jefferson is going to get a touchdown. You already know that. You already know that my quarterback is going to at least get 2 touchdowns. It's easy money. It's easy money. You just got to think. So we going to make some money over here. Let me put it up one more time, because when you sign up under my name, I get $25, and I can spend that $25 for us. I think my biggest payout I had at one time was a lot. I ain't even want to say how much it is. So you just have to trust me, and I'm gonna pray and ask the Lord. Don't let me let your people down. Then I have more grace to gamble. All right. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here, Pen Pals. We'll be here next week. Next week, I will have on Ann Taylor. If you are from Fayetteville, North Carolina, you know who I'm talking about. But if not, ladies and gentlemen, she is a great spokesperson. You need to be on because she is the truth. We're gonna have a great conversation. If you enjoyed TL Penny that time, you're gonna enjoy Ann Taylor, Pastor Ann Taylor. She's gonna have a great time. Then after her, the lady that make my clothes, TS Couture, is gonna be on, and we're gonna be talking to her about my clothes. I might just wear one of my gowns, to for her. I gotta do one with you just so we can laugh. Yes, and I need to have my nephew on. My nephew is my favorite organ player. And he loves to laugh at me. You see what he said? He called me crying laughing when I posted that. Santa, you ain't got no sense. All right, y'all, we about to go. I'll see y'all tonight, and I'll post what because I did a prize pick tonight with a college that's playing tonight, and I'll let y'all know what I made. But let me pull up my thing that Travis Moore Lord gave me. I love y'all. Bye.